Hi, well, you all. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bitcoin. Once again, thank you for your continued support. Really do appreciate everything you do to contribute towards the growth of CoinsKid. Sharing is caring. I just want to say thank you very much for your continued support. I hope you had a really good weekend, okay? So, yeah, just diving into Bitcoin. This is the hourly time frame right now. We've got a bit of a pattern on the go here. This inverse head and shoulders just here. Do you see this? It looks like it's on the verge of breaking out, basically. You've got this neckline just here. If Bitcoin can break this particular neckline as resistance and backtest to support, you'll be looking at a nice little upside for Bitcoin here. You can see it's effectively got through this level of resistance, which we have been targeting. Okay, we did say if it gets through that resistance, that's fantastic. And what you need to see, obviously, is break this resistance at 60k, because you can see if you look to the left, this green box here, you can see it's multi-month resistance there. You know, it's tested it in March basically, and that's 2 months ago. So boom, 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 and obviously it congregated around there. So it's a really key, tough level to get through. So you do need to see Bitcoin get through that particular level right there. Okay, so hopefully it can get through that, because this is a nice little target here off this inverse head and shoulders. You've got this sort of pattern when you break out, you know, wherever you break out along this trend line. Say we have broke out now, because we look like we've broke out and we've come back a little bit, and we need to back test the support. So we'll zoom in so I can show you. Okay, this particular trend line right here, it's called a neckline of an inverse head and shoulders, and effectively you could be looking at it as breaking out right now. But what you want to see is obviously get through, back test support, and march on, and obviously break this key level of resistance as well, because you could be looking at a lovely little price prediction there for Bitcoin, and a nice little bit of upside sort of towards that 62k mark for Bitcoin. So right here from this neckline to there is roughly around about 5% appreciation for Bitcoin. So that's good, that's golden. And if it does get through that, then that's awesome, because it's got through this key level of resistance right there. You know, this is a really tough level of resistance, honestly. You know, you look to the left and look how tough it is. Okay, so we've got to get through that as well. We've actually took this out now, which is great. Okay, this local sort of high that we've got going on for ourselves for Bitcoin right there, boom, smash through it, excellent for continuation. Now there is another chart that I want to show you right now. I'm going to show you something a little bit more detailed on Bitcoin right now that's sort of a little bit off-putting, so to speak. It's not necessarily off-putting, but it's sort of if it happens, you know, things that happen in the charts before don't necessarily happen again in the charts. But I will show you anyway, full clarification, just to always show you what I see effectively. So right now I'm going to jump into the weekly time frame on Bitcoin. So as you know on the weekly, okay, this is the Elliott wave theory, what we've got going on for Bitcoin. You've got this ABC correction from the previous bull run, and we've got wave 1 and then the wave 2 pullback, which included the corona dump right there, unfortunately, an unforeseen worldly circumstance right there that led to that really deep correction right there. And then obviously Elliott wave 3, the monstrous wave that we've just gone through before we've started to roll, consolidate, and hopefully form this ABC correction. Wave 4 pullback before wave 5 continuation in the bull run up towards that 200k mark, and hopefully we get overextended and overshoot up towards that, making that wave 5 as big as wave 3 effectively, you know, sending us up towards 700k Bitcoin, which would be insane. Basically, it would be absolutely amazing, but who knows? No one's got a crystal ball. Just say what we see. So effectively what we've got going on here for Bitcoin, okay, we've had a really nice week so far, and a good couple of weeks, to be honest with you. This particular candle right here, okay, this is called an engulfing bullish candle. So you got the bearish candle when we had that big sell-off the other week, when Bitcoin collapsed and basically broke down from that bottom, and hopefully we formed that bottom and we're now marching on. It got the bearish engulfing, the bullish engulfing candle here, where the body of the candle is larger. Do you see that? And it's closed above the previous week, so that's great for continuation. So that's great. And coupled with that, you've got this as well. So this is the RSI, okay. So effectively what you've got going on here, you've got these higher highs in the price. Do you see that? And then the candlesticks going higher, are forming some kind of trend line. Boom. Fantastic. Then in the RSI, you've got this as well, which is lower highs, which is effectively, you know, it's confirmation that you are continuing an uptrend. It's called a hidden bullish divergence, basically. So that's good. Confirmation, you're looking good, you're looking for continuation, and it looks like potentially you're going to march on. But I want to show you where this has happened before for Bitcoin, and it's something that you don't need necessarily get too excited about. We have got the MACD bearish cross, which, you know, it's not a massive sort of, yeah, you're bearish forever sort of signal. It can reverse, it can spin on a sixpence, you know, it can reverse and change so quickly. But it is a confirmation factor in the fact that you've hit a bit of a downtrend and you're coming back down, because the effect of it, the effect is you have rolled, and unless you make this high, unless you break this high, you are still, if you roll here, you're making lower highs. Do you see that? You're rolling effectively. So with that and that bearish cross, that's confluence to the fact that you are still sort of caught basically on the resistance. So you do need to see Bitcoin break this high, in my opinion. You need to see it break that high, and that's what it needs to happen. So right now I'm going to show you exactly where this has happened before for Bitcoin. So over here in 2019 we had this particular upside here where we started the bull run effectively. In my opinion, the bull run started here with a bullish cross. We started to march on. We lost the EMAs. We were looking to have got the bounce just there, because that's what you do. You backtest the EMAs, and instead of forming the bearish cross there, we got rejected, got the repel that I talk about so much. We started to go onwards and upwards, but then unforeseen circumstance was Corona. Boom. Because otherwise we would have continued there, and that was the bull run right there. You see that? Bull run. And effectively what we did, we created the bearish cross, the sell and go to the beach signal, then we got a bullish cross, buy and go to the beach signal. So boom, off we go, and here we are now. We're up here in the bull run. So right here, when this bull run started just here, we had this event basically very similar. If you look here, we've got the lower highs in the RSI. Do you see this? Got the lower highs, and then you've got the higher highs in the price, just like that. We've also got this bullish engulfing candle. Do you see this? But what happened was, you know, you've got the body here and the close higher than the previous week, so it looks great. Confirmation statement. Wow, amazing. We're off to the moon. Everyone getting excited. But you also had the bearish cross on the MACD. Do you see this? Look at the bearish cross. Look where it is. Exactly where this one was. So effectively it was a big signal that you're rolling. You know, you've rolled, you failed to break this high, so you're rolling effectively. Even though you've got the hidden bullish divergence, you rolled. And what did you do? You rolled and found support on this 55 EMA. You lost a 20, okay, but then you found support on the 55. But then you was looking for continuation. You know, you rejected the bearish cross, the sell and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, marching onwards and upwards, unforeseen circumstance, Corona. So that's effectively where that particular pattern's happened before. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen again. We are super bullish. We are in a bull market, but we was in a bull market here, in my opinion. You know, so you've always got to think of every single thing. And look where it is. It's the wave 2 pullback right there. You can be in wave 1, wave 2 pullback. Where are you now? You're in wave 3, wave 4 pullback. So, you know, just take it with a pinch of salt, what I'm saying effectively. What you need to see for this, all this sort of rollover and invalidating this hidden bullish divergence and this MACD to be thrown out the window, this bearish cross, you know, this histogram turning bearish, you know, and continuation in a downtrend, you've got to see this high broken. And that's what I always say to you about break the high. So right now you do need to see Bitcoin just march on and smash these highs out the park, okay? Make this high, invalidate this rollover, invalidate this lower highs if it does start to roll, okay? And just get on with the job. Get on with the job. Break this highs, because if it doesn't, you're going to roll over, you're going to enter a level of consolidation, you're going to come lower than this, and you're potentially going to come back down to the CMA, and eventually, you know, you might backtest this 55 if you enter that level of consolidation where the EMA, the 55 creeps up, just like it did here, okay? Just like it did here when you had that bullish engulfing candle and it went up, looked great. You hit a level of resistance, which was a previous high. You couldn't get above it. You rolled, continuation of a downtrend, backtest support. You fell on the 55. You could potentially be looking at that for Bitcoin, but it wouldn't spell the end of the bull run effectively. The end of the bull run is the bearish cross on a weekly time frame on the EMAs. Remember that, okay? So yeah, just making you aware of that. You know, we look great. We look like we've got a bottom. We look like we're marching onwards and upwards. But don't forget, you know, sometimes they're the things that you got to pay attention to. When people are overly bullish, that's when you think, wow, okay, you know, everything's a bit overly bullish. Perhaps we are going to roll a little bit here. So that's basically Bitcoin. What I want to see is it break this high, smash through it on the weekly, get through it, and not repeat what we've seen down here in 2019 where we made this high, rolled over with these higher highs, these lower highs in the RSI there, hidden bullish divergence, the bullish engulfing candle, you know, the bullish engulfing candle, great, and then the next week we rolled. We don't want that. So we want continuation here for Bitcoin effectively. We want close this week out nice, okay, like we are doing. We're looking like we're closing it out nice, and then next week just get on with the job and continuation for Bitcoin, because if it doesn't, you're potentially going to repeat what's happened down there like I've just shown you, okay? So that's just a little update on Bitcoin. Not bearish, but if it does happen, you know, a fantastic opportunity, because like I've said to you so many times, buy fear, okay? Don't buy green candles, you get red dildos. Buy fear. That's where you want to get involved in these projects. Like even down here, buying this fear here. It's a fantastic opportunity. You know, when this come down and this pure fear, people selling, fantastic opportunity, because right there on Bitcoin, you're currently up like 24% on this correction, so it's great. So always look to buy fear if you're entering the market, and always buy support as well. So that's just a little update on Bitcoin. Take care, everybody. Have a really good day, and I'll be back tomorrow with another Bitcoin update. Bye bye.